Hello, crafters. This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse introducing the It's My Party collection designed by Carissa Wiley for Spellbinders. Yay! It is a fabulous collection just in time if you did the Glimmer workshop and you're like glimmering every single thing. This is another collection that is glimmer forward. All pieces here have elements that you can glimmer. You can also stamp, but it's mostly glimmer, okay? But these all glimmer fantastic, and it's just loads of fun. There's this balloon, another set of balloons, and some sentiments, and a stamp, and stencil to color. There's also a stencil here to color. Also, Spellbinders added some additional products to complement this birthday release. Two oversized embossing folders. Do I love these two? You bet. Two thumbs up. This is all balloons, and this one is all little tiny dots. This is your all year staple in terms of using it on cards and more. Both of them lovely. So we'll talk about that in a second. And more glimmer sentiments. We have 4 to be precise, and there are larger sentiments. And I also glimmered all of these, so I'll show you them individually. Alrighty, crafters, let's go into all these goodies. Good job, Carissa. And she has a bunch of videos, including a live, showing you how to use this interactive set. Plus, if you want to drool, watch Yana Smokula's recent video. Yana, she used this and turned it into like a shaker, acetate, with the sentiment on the top glimmered on acetate, and we'll talk about that acetate in a second. Then put florals behind it. I was just watching the video going, I'm giving that a try. Oh, it is so good. So you have to watch Yana's video and also all of Carissa's video and her live if you want to get more tips and tricks of how to play with this in all the options that are available. Yes, loads of options. Let's get started. Okay, crafters, first up, let's start off with what's in Carissa's part of the release. We have It's My Party Glimmer Sentiments. You get 6 sentiments. This is the only one that I couldn't figure what it was. I had to glimmer it to figure what it was. I couldn't read it backwards. So let me show you what it is. It's Bride to Be. Isn't that fabulous? So every sentiment here has a coordinating die as well. Eat cake. Both of these I glimmered on blue cardstock. I believe this is Cosmic Sky, Spellbinders exclusive cardstock with opaque white hot foil roll. If you haven't gotten it yet, get yourself a pack of black and white hot foil roll. That's my 900th time saying exactly that. It is so good. You're looking at 1 3/8 of an inch tall by like 1 1/4 inch wide. So we have Eat Cake, Bride to Be, Congrats. I glimmered them for you. No, the For You is not here. The For You is over here. That's for that one. Pop, Clink, Fizz. And you'll also see on my example, the only one I didn't do was the Welcome Baby. So you get Bride to Be, Welcome Baby. Super cute. Very easy to work with. You're new to Glimmer after watching the Glimmer workshop and you're like, oh, I am going to use my machine. And you can definitely still follow along with that live video by Spellbinders. Use this set and glimmer along with Kim. Okay, she did the whole video and she did a fantastic job showing you factory mode and everything. Factory mode is just when you just keep on glimmering one after the other. Just keep going and having fun. Very easy to work with and fabulous. I love the 2 extra sentiments. Next, we have Party Balloons Bouquet. So Party Balloons Bouquet is a cluster of 3 balloons. This inner piece, this is your glimmer plate. Then the outside piece, that is your cut line for your die to cut out this trio of balloons. Then these 2 little slits right here, that is a cut line for you to stick either this piece in to represent like the little string for the balloon. And here, there's a leaf with an outline. Everything here has like an outline too. This piece, that circle, cuts out this one here. So you can do a cluster of balloons and then do one as a shaker. You'll see that in my example. And you also get that sentiment, which I showed you. For You, glimmered this on black cardstock with matte silver hot foil roll. and then you cut it out with the coordinating die. So you can really have fun. And then there's that cute bow too. I did glimmer the bow, but she didn't turn out so well, so I'm gonna have to glimmer it again. I don't know. The bow was like, she was being finicky. Here's the bow. See how she kind of did an underfoiling thing? Yeah. But still, I mean, you know, cute. But I just have to do it again. So you can glimmer that and then pop the bow with the balloons. So this is Party Balloons Bouquet. To finish it, there is also available to purchase a stencil. This is fabulous. This is a layering stencil, balloon bouquet design stencil. You can either use your yellow tape, which I would not use because I like to reserve my yellow tape for die cutting and hot foiling. Masking like this, I went with mint tape. But you can still use this as well. But to me, that's just wasting good yellow tape. Or you can use some sort of really low tack. Some people use like Post-it just to mask off, okay? You're going to have to do some masking with all these. These are all close together, but still workable. Up next, there is the giant party balloon hot foil plate. Oh, let me give you measurements. Wouldn't that be nice? Hold on, let me come back in. Oh, I'm too excited by the birthday. I know. Didn't I do this for the Kit Club, which is now open? As a matter of fact, a lot of you have told me this month you did the total package. Yeah, it's that good of a Kit Club. I'll link the video here so you can take a look, but it's under the sea goodness. Right now, the Little Mermaid movie just came out, and that whole die set, that wonderful die set with that bottle, with the whale, it just starts off the whole entire release. Fabulous. 3 3/4 of an inch wide by like 3 inches tall, okay? And then these are the added on pieces. This one now is a giant balloon. This is one that you can do the hot foiling, the outside of the balloon. You can also turn it into a shaker. That is also the part that includes the little holder for the balloon. I'll show you my example of how I did it. In Yana's video, she worked with this set. Get ready to drool. It was just so gorgeous. And it was like acetate on the outside with the balloon. Then you open up the card and then there's florals and you can see the florals from the inside of the card on the outside. I was just watching it going, why didn't I think of that? But thank you, Yana, because I'm going to give that a try because wow. Here, you also get a sentiment. Happy birthday. Look how pretty that hot foils. Isn't that wonderful? This is Hammermill cardstock with the opaque black hot foil roll. Fabulous. And cuts out with the coordinating die. So every sentiment in this one has a coordinating die to cut out. But I love how big this sentiment is as well. Has a nice placement on a card. And lastly, for Carissa, she designed this, what would you call this? Like a balloon bouquet style. I don't know what the proper name is when you cluster balloons, but they're very pretty in real life. And you can have that effect here on a card. So you get this side angle, and this is made to fit on a A2 card. You're looking at 5 1/4 inch. This does not have a die, neither does the sentiments, but what you do get is a stencil, and this is called the Party Balloon Garland Stamp. And then there is available, if you want, the balloon, garland, and sentiment stencils. There is layering stencils and there is sentiments in them, so you can stencil these on. Talk about fun. Friend, congrats, happy birthday to my favorite person. Some of this you can actually stamp on the inside. Let the celebration begin on your special day. Until further notice, celebrate everything. So this is another one you could have with all these bubbling goodness. Up next, Spellbinders addition to this wonderful release. These are large, bold sentiments, 4 of them. And you have Glimmering Hooray. So this one is Hip Hip Hooray, measuring 3 1/2 inch wide by 1 7/8 of an inch tall. This one, a little bit bigger than this, but you're looking roughly 2 3/8 of an inch tall by a little bit over 2 inches wide, okay? So these are nice sentiments on a card that'll take up a nice amount of real estate. You aren't seeing this one because I have it on my example. There is Glimmering Hooray. That's the hot foil plate. There you go with a coordinating die. Glimmering Popping Birthday. Have a popping birthday with the coordinating die. Best Day Ever. Glimmering Best Day with the coordinating die. And Glimmering All About You. Today is all about you with the coordinating die. So this is using Raindrop Blue cardstock, which is Spellbinders cardstock. Here I'm using the opaque black opaque white, and this is pink sand cardstock with opaque black hot foil roll. I'll just put a general link for Spellbinders cardstock. A lot of it is in stock. This did sell out recently. Now I'm going to bring up my sentiment up closer because I did want to show you something I found. This is me just glimmering as usual. It looks very two-dimensional. I'm going to bring up this one close because I did something different. I was getting underfoiling with this one. I don't know why. My machine, she was just being finicky. So I decided to put two shim, like a Xerox sheet of paper, folded in half in the machine, ran it through when it hot foil. Look how it actually like did a deboss. Isn't that cool? So it's getting a really nifty die cut 3D effect. Like, I have not had this before, but I was like, oh, that's an added bonus. So it's like where it's foiled, it's sunken in. Can you guys see it? I think you can see it here on video. I'm trying to show you at different angles to see if you guys can catch it, but it is cool. Put a little shim and run it through when you're running the hot foil plate with the cardstock. Look at that. I think that is like, whoa. Added bonus. So these are fabulous sentiments. And then the cherry on top, these two. Tell you, balloons, tiny dots. These are oversized embossing folders. You're looking at 8.5 inch tall, 5.5 inch wide. This one is your 2D embossing folder. This is the tiny dots. 3D floating balloons. This is the one that will use the universal plate system if you want to get that nice impression of the balloons. Love. First up, have a poppin' birthday. Isn't that fabulous? This is on that dragon fruit cardstock. This is Concordonite though. But I love that pink. There is the hot foil balloon. That's the stencil. These are some, oh my gosh, I can't remember what this is from. Oh, I'm drawing a complete blank. Spellbinders florals. But can I remember where I got this from? You know what this needs down here? A little bit of flowers. That's glimmering popping birthday. Have a popping birthday. Then here, I did this one with white with purple hot foil roll. I'll put a general link for hot foil roll. If you have bought some hot foil roll and you're like, oh, I want some colors too. Love the purple. This is white though on the pink cardstock. And that's the best day ever. And I did two ways of the balloons. First time I did the card, I did it the traditional way. Hot foil this, die cut it out. So what I did was use some DMC metallic thread and I just kind of pulled it through there, looped it underneath here, and did it that way. So you don't have to go with this, which you can see here, but you can also go this way. Options. You play. If you want to do this with twine, same thing. I think it just looks more elegant because of the gold with the gold. I had used my satin metallic hot foil roll for both of these. That gold and then that's the rose gold. This piece I wasn't sure, so I'm going to have to watch how this was used, but I didn't use it. But these are all options that you can play with and add on. Then comes the stencil. All three stencils in parts. A lot of taping and stencil and having fun. This is me with my Gina K ink. And then on this one, I did the same stenciling again. Here in the back is that pattern, which is like a 3D grid pattern. So cool. In here is the candy swirl. After I finished the card, and I was like, in that white part, couldn't I have done a different color? Why didn't I ink pink and then shift the stencil and ink this side? I know, but I did it as pink and white. But I love the dots. I think these dots are so modern and fun. And then there's other options. There's stripes. Here are some balloon ends too if you want. There is that shine on the balloon right there if you want to do that. So you have lots of options with the coordinating stencil, which if you're going to get this set, yeah, the stencil, because you're going to have this as solids. Here, that's the die. And I cut that out and then I popped this off. The shaker is underneath in the back. And then I put some little color confetti and had fun. And then here, I did that piece, cut it out with the coordinating die, tuck it here. This one is an A2 card. There's a piece of purple shimmer cardstock, and then it's on a 110-pound cardstock base. Love. And all of this here is that hammer mill cardstock. Hammer mill for the foiling, ink blending, and the background here. So I didn't get two different shades of white. I learned my lesson a while back over the holidays with that advent calendar. If you remembered, if you don't, I just reminded you. I used one white cardstock and a different brand, and then when I showed it on camera, it was two different colors of white. I was like, oh no. So now I learned the hard way that no, I need to keep my cardstock pretty much the same. On this one though, this is that Michael's 110-pound cardstock with the hammer mill, but because this is so far apart, you don't notice it. Here, right beside each other, oh yeah, you'll notice it. Just a little tip. So, hammer mill here. Got my little balloons, have this here. Finished it off with some crystal mix gems in the center. Notice here, no gems. Didn't need it. I think it had so much going on that I liked everything else being bright white. Here is the tiny dot stencil on a 5x7 card. Can you see this for all your Christmas cards too? And everything else? I love this little tiny... I was waiting for them to come with something like this because I have this sort of embossing folder in much smaller sizes. But in this size, happy. There are bigger dots if you want. But this little tiny dot, I think is just so cute. This one is going to fly off the shelves. A lot of crafters are going to love this, especially because it's oversized. I love this collection. It's just fun, easy. If you do love your glimmer, this is like glimmer, interactive glimmer. Next example. Here now is the stamp. I stamped it down with gray pigment ink, put on clear embossing powder. Then I went in with, that's the dragon fruit. This is the dragon fruit coordinating ink. And I only bought little mini ink pad. I didn't buy the full-size ink pad, but it is just so pretty. So I will link both of them below if you're interested in it. I got mine at scrapbook.com. Here also, you're seeing again, this is dragon fruit, and then this other color, I don't remember what it is. And then I have gray in the background just to offer a shadow from all this pink goodness. But loving this color. Use that ink here. Then yellow, that... same turquoise teal or something like that from Gina K. The rest of it is Gina K ink. Green. And then I took out Gina K's Glitz Glitter Gel. And through the stencil, applied it only on the green. So I was thinking of doing stickles, but I think the glitz worked so well. If you are going to work with this, if you have your Glitz Glitter Gel, wash off the stencil immediately and let this dry for a while because of the Glitz Glitter Gel. But I think that made it so much fun. Then I have the sentiment. It's party time. That's from this one right here. Got my little balloon animal. This was released from last year, but why not bring all the party goodness? Called Balloon Animal. Look how cute that is. Adorable little die set. Here is a bow, and then there's a cake. I have 3 die sets here. I won't do this anymore because it's too confusing for me too. But I love that. And Crystal Mix Gems, the crystal side of Crystal Mix, and put it here. And see how with all this pink going on, the Crystal Mix is almost looking purple? Really love that. And then there's still all this white. So that's just a stamp there. And then I put a little strip. This is 1/8 of an inch round of black cardstock because I had the sentiment done in black. I did this first before I did everything else. So I kind of had to build backwards. And then it's on an A2 card base. Top folding card. Okay. So these are 2 A2 cards. Super love. Look how they all look different too. From the same collection. Completely different looks, right? So you have options. And we can come back in. We could have done that too. I tried this, but I thought, okay, you see how the white is looking different? 2 different shades of white cardstock. This is probably Bristol Smooth cardstock, and this one is the Hammer Mill. I know this is Hammer Mill because I only glimmer on Hammer Mill most of the time. And lastly, this is the balloon. Look at the big balloon. Look at the happy birthday again. I could have done that. I didn't like that though. I'm loving dragon fruit, so it's all about the dragon fruit here. This is my dragon fruit card. Here in the background, this is Spellbinders Brush Silver. Love. My favorite, Brush Gold. Second behind it, Brush Silver. Then Brush Black. There's also Brushed White cardstock. I need to get a pack of that. I haven't played with Brush White. Love the silver here for the birthday because you can see the balloons, but it's in the back because there's so much party going on between this and this. And then I chose this bright color too. So everything is coming forward and this is recessing, but it picks up back on the matte silver foil. You see how I'm using the dragon fruit cardstock and see how it glimmered well with the white, both large and even with this type of sentiment, and also on the balloon circle. Let's now go back into that balloon. So I glimmered it, cut it out on the outside with the bigger one, then cut the inside here with the smaller one. And then that's how you create the shaker. So that's the back of your shaker. The back of the shaker, Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I blended dragon fruit on the top, some purple ink down at the bottom. I think it's Gina K ink too. And then I put some little shaking here, little bits, stars and little circles for fun. This part I did in black. This time I had tuck it in that little slit. See the slit? And then I tuck it in there for the bottom of the balloon. And then here I put some silver mixed gems, the solid part. And then here's a sentiment staggered with gray cardstock, just to bring back to this, and popped up. Yeah, I was having fun. This is on black 110-pound cardstock, and it's an A2 card base, top folding card. In this release, actually, I've done a lot of A2 cards. Yeah, I know. Normally, I'm not the A2 card person. I love to enjoy my embossing folders, so I always keep on going 5x7. But I restrained and came down here to A2 and showed you that even with an A2, have fun with this because it is a birthday. Why not have it going a little bit over like that? There's a foam around it right there. But you can still have fun with this even at this size. Do you have to do a shaker? Of course not. No. You could have just glimmered this, ink blended, and you're done. You could put the sentiment up here. Why not? Let's look at a sentiment in there. You could put the sentiment up here. That's what Yana did. Yana put the hot foil plate here on heat resistant acetate for the glimmer machine. Spellbinders does carry it. I'm going to put the name here on the screen and you can get a pack of it. I do have a pack of it. I have used it once. I need to use it more often. After seeing her video, I think I'm going to give it a try. But she did it like this, and then she had the florals here in the background and some florals on the outside. But she was just having fun. This is such a fun release. So everything will be detailed and linked below. It's my party collection. Carissa, you really brought fun making these party themed cards, and we can still bring in loads of other Spellbinders goodies to interact and play with the balloons. Just have fun with this whole release, and I will also link this birthday release from last year as well, just so you can take a little peek if you wanted to see, because that has been on sale a few times. You might want to add a few things from there to this collection to really just play over the summer and make a ton of birthday cards. But this little embossing folder too goes beyond birthday. This one here, out the door winner. Alrighty, crafters, until the next video, enjoy all this birthday party goodness and make fun cards. Stay crafty, my friends. Bye.